green light, the scream that never came. History like simple stories, a mother, a child, a sacrifice. But lives are not made of endings, they are made of all the days that came before. I was a daughter before I was a mother, a friend before I was a wife, a girl before I became a memory. And if you truly wish to know me, you must begin there. There was once a boy standing alone beneath the summer sky. Thin shoulders, dark eyes, a loneliness too old for someone so young. Severus, we were children then, before the sorting hats, before blood mattered, before people taught us who we should fear. For a little while the world was simple, two children discovering magic together, two children believing friendship could survive anything. And I loved him, not with romance, not with destiny, not with promises, just love, pure and uncomplicated. The way sunlight loves a window, the way children trust before they learn caution. Because love was never possession, love was never ownership, love was never holding someone so tightly they could no longer breathe. Love is wanting the best for someone, even when they choose a road you cannot follow, even when they become a stranger, even when they leave. And then there was James, loud, brilliant, impossible, the kind of boy who laughed at danger and believed every challenge was waiting for him personally. I thought he was insufferable. Merlin knows I told him so again and again and again. But people change, not because someone asked them to, because one day they decide to. And slowly the arrogance softened, the recklessness grew into courage, the boy became a man. And somewhere between arguments and laughter and stolen moments, I fell in love. People think love arrives like lightning, sudden, blinding, unavoidable, but often it arrives like dawn, quietly, patiently. One smile, one conversation, one act of kindness, until suddenly you cannot remember what home felt like before them. Then Harry arrived, tiny fingers wrapped around mine, tiny breaths against my shoulder, tiny eyes discovering a world that seemed impossibly large. And everything changed, every fear gained a name, every hope gained a face, every dream suddenly belonged to someone else. To him, for the first time, my own life felt small, not unimportant, just secondary. Because love rearranges priorities without asking permission. People ask if I was afraid, as though courage means the absence of fear. Of course I was afraid every day. The war, the losses, the funerals, the names that stopped appearing on letters, the darkness creeping closer. Fear sat beside me often, but so did love, and love always spoke louder. Then came the night, the footsteps, the silence, the certainty, and people imagine there must have been a decision, a calculation, a moment of doubt. There wasn't, not one. Because mothers do not negotiate with monsters. They do not compare futures. They do not measure possibilities. They stand. That is what they do. They stand. The choice was never difficult. Never. Not for a heartbeat. Not for a breath. Not for a single second. If the world demanded everything I was to save him, then the answer had already been written. The day he was born, the difficult thing would have been losing him. The difficult thing would have been living and watching him fall. The difficult thing would have been doing nothing. So no, the choice was never difficult. Love had made it long before that night. People remember my death. I understand why. It was dramatic, it was tragic, it was the end. But I wish they remembered my life. The girl who laughed, the friend who stayed, the woman who forgave, the mother who loved not because she was extraordinary, because she chose people again and again and again. And if time were folded in half, if every year disappeared, if I stood once more in that room, hearing those footsteps approach, holding my son in my arms, I would make the same choice every lifetime, every universe, every time.